Chapter 3, You Are Not Special. The Pressure to Be Extraordinary. Think about when you watch TV or scroll through social media. You often come across stories about people who have done amazing things, right? Maybe they've won a gold medal in the Olympics, started a successful business, or traveled to every country in the world. These stories are everywhere on reality shows, news channels, and viral videos. Now, imagine seeing these stories day after day. It starts to feel like everyone around you is achieving incredible things, doesn't it? This constant exposure to exceptionalism can make you feel like you're falling short in comparison. You might start to think, if everyone else is doing such amazing stuff, what am I doing with my life? This pressure to be extraordinary can come from many places. Maybe your friends are posting about their glamorous vacations on social media, or perhaps your favorite TV show is all about the lives of rich and famous people. Whatever the source, the message is clear: to be valued and respected, you need to stand out from the crowd. But here's the thing, most of us aren't going to win Olympic gold medals or become overnight sensations. And that's okay. We're all unique in our own ways, and we don't need to be extraordinary to lead fulfilling lives. So, while it's great to admire and celebrate exceptional achievements, it's also important to remember that being ordinary doesn't mean you're any less valuable or worthy. Reality check. Most of us are average. Imagine a big group of people, maybe all the people you know, or even everyone in your town. Now, think about all the things they're good at. Some might be great at sports, while others are talented artists or excellent cooks. But here's the important part. Most people are just average at most things they do. In other words, if you lined up everyone in that group and looked at how good they were at different things, you'd find that most of them fall somewhere in the middle. They're not the best, but they're not the worst either. They're just okay. And you know what? That's totally normal. It's actually pretty rare for someone to be extraordinary in every single aspect of their life. Sure, you might know someone who's really good at playing the piano or scoring goals in soccer, but chances are they're not amazing at everything else. So, when you see people on TV or social media doing incredible things, remember that they're the exception, not the rule. It's okay to be just okay at some things. In fact, it's perfectly normal. So, embrace your averageness and focus on the things you enjoy and are good at instead of worrying about being extraordinary in everything. The flood of extreme information. Think about all the information you come across every day, whether it's from scrolling through social media, watching videos online, or reading news articles. Now, imagine that a lot of this information is about really amazing things or really terrible things. For example, you might see posts about people achieving incredible success, like becoming famous actors or winning prestigious awards. On the other hand, you might also see news stories about disasters, tragedies, or people facing extreme challenges. Now, here's the tricky part. Because of the way social media and the internet work, this kind of extreme information often gets the most attention. It's like the loudest voice in the room. It's hard to ignore. So, when we're constantly exposed to these extreme stories, it can start to mess with our heads. We might start to feel like we're not good enough because we're not achieving those same levels of success. Or we might feel overwhelmed by all the bad news and start to lose hope. In reality, though, most people's lives are much more ordinary. They're not constantly achieving amazing things or facing extreme challenges. They're just going about their day-to-day lives, doing the best they can. So, it's important to remember that all this extreme information can distort our perception of reality. Just because we're not achieving incredible success or facing extreme challenges doesn't mean there's something wrong with us. We're just living our lives, and that's perfectly okay. The culture of entitlement. Imagine you're constantly bombarded with messages telling you that you need to be amazing, outstanding, and exceptional to be valued in society. This can create a sense of entitlement, the feeling that you deserve special treatment or recognition just for being you. Now, this entitlement can show up in different ways. For example, Some people might feel like they need to prove their worth through material success. They might chase after money, fame, or fancy possessions because they believe that's what makes them important. Others might seek validation through attention-seeking behavior. They might constantly post on social media, seeking likes and comments to boost their self-esteem. Or they might crave constant praise and admiration from others to feel good about themselves. And then there are those who turn to self-destructive habits as a way to cope with their feelings of inadequacy. They might engage in risky behaviors like substance abuse or reckless spending in an attempt to fill the void they feel inside. Overall, this culture of entitlement can be harmful because it encourages people to prioritize their own needs and desires above everything else. Instead of focusing on building meaningful connections or contributing positively to society, they're more concerned with satisfying their own ego and seeking validation from others. The dangers of unrealistic expectations. So, imagine you're constantly being told that you have to be exceptional to be worthwhile. It's like you're carrying around this heavy burden of always needing to prove yourself, always needing to be the best at everything. Now, the problem with this mindset is that it's not realistic. Most people are just average at most things they do, and that's totally okay. But when we buy into this idea that we have to be extraordinary to be valuable, it can lead to a lot of pressure and stress. For example, let's say you're working really hard towards a goal, like getting a promotion at work or achieving a certain level of success in your personal life. If you don't reach that level of greatness, you might feel like a failure. You might start to doubt yourself and your abilities, and that can be really tough on your mental health. This constant pressure to be extraordinary can also make it hard to enjoy the little things in life. Instead of focusing on the simple pleasures, like spending time with loved ones or pursuing hobbies you enjoy, you're always chasing after this elusive idea of greatness. So, in a nutshell, the danger of buying into unrealistic expectations is that it can leave you feeling disappointed, anxious, and never quite good enough. It's like you're constantly striving for something that's always just out of reach, and that can take a toll on your well-being. Embracing ordinary life. So, imagine you're on a journey to find happiness and fulfillment in life. Instead of always chasing after big achievements or trying to be the best at everything, you decide to take a different approach. This approach is all about embracing the ordinary parts of life. You know, those everyday moments that might seem boring or unremarkable at first glance. It's about finding joy in the simple things, like hanging out with your family, doing activities you love, or lending a helping hand to someone in need. Think about it like this. Life isn't always about hitting major milestones or reaching extraordinary goals. It's also about appreciating the little moments, the quiet times, and the everyday experiences that make up the fabric of our lives. By embracing the ordinary, you can find a sense of contentment and fulfillment that doesn't depend on constantly achieving greatness. It's about recognizing that happiness can be found in the simple pleasures of life, and that's pretty special in its own way. The benefits of accepting mediocrity. Accepting mediocrity might sound like settling for less, but it's actually quite the opposite. It's about recognizing that we all have strengths and weaknesses, and that's perfectly okay. Imagine you're playing a video game. You know you're not going to be the best player right away, but that's okay because you're still having fun and improving little by little. Accepting mediocrity is like that. It's about understanding that we don't have to be perfect at everything, and that's what makes us human. When we accept mediocrity, we're not giving up on our goals or dreams. Instead, we're focusing on what truly matters to us and putting our energy into those areas. Maybe you're not the best artist, but you love painting, so you keep doing it because it brings you joy. Or perhaps you're not the top athlete, but you enjoy playing sports with your friends because it keeps you active and connected. By letting go of the pressure to be extraordinary, we can lead more balanced lives. We can enjoy the journey of self-improvement without constantly feeling like we're falling short. And in the end, isn't that what life's all about? finding happiness and fulfillment in the things that matter most to us. In essence, the chapter encourages us to shift our mindset away from the pursuit of exceptionalism and towards a more grounded appreciation of ordinary life. By doing so, we can alleviate stress, find contentment in the present moment, and cultivate a deeper sense of meaning and fulfillment. Let's delve deeper into this idea with some real-world examples. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah is one of the most successful media personalities in history, but she didn't start out that way. Despite facing numerous challenges and setbacks early in her career, she focused on her passion for storytelling and connecting with people. Instead of striving for exceptionalism, Oprah embraced her authenticity and used it to build an empire that inspires millions around the world. Bill Gates. As the co-founder of Microsoft and one of the wealthiest individuals on the planet, Bill Gates is often seen as an exceptional figure. However, Gates himself has acknowledged the importance of embracing mediocrity in certain aspects of life. He famously said, "I choose a lazy person to do a hard job because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it." This mindset reflects a practical approach to problem solving and a recognition that perfection isn't always necessary. J.K. Rowling. Before becoming the best-selling author of the Harry Potter series, J.K. Rowling faced rejection from numerous publishers and struggled financially as a single mother. Rather than aspiring to exceptionalism, Rowling focused on her love of writing and persevered through adversity. Her journey serves as a reminder that success often comes from embracing the ordinary moments of hard work and dedication. Michael Jordan. Widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, Michael Jordan's path to success was paved with challenges and setbacks. Despite facing criticism and failure early in his career, Jordan remained dedicated to his craft and focused on continuous improvement. His commitment to excellence serves as a testament to the power of embracing mediocrity as a stepping stone to greatness. In conclusion, these examples illustrate that while exceptionalism may be appealing, it's often the ordinary moments of hard work, resilience, and authenticity that lead to true fulfillment and success. By shifting our mindset away from the pursuit of exceptionalism and towards a more grounded appreciation of ordinary life, we can find peace, contentment, and meaning in the present moment.